The World Bank pledges 4.5 billion debt relief for Somalia upon reaching the completion point for the highly indebted poor country. World Bank country manager for Somalia, Christina Sevenson, made the announcement during a press briefing in Mogadishu, attended by the members of the public and private business sector.
Again, it's quite a feat. So what has been unique with Somalia? I was asked this yesterday. And there were three conditions that Somalia had to stay on track with during this whole period. One was to complete the so-called HIPIC completion point triggers. And these were indicators to show progress, both of state building, of being able to maintain those that actually kept the focus on debt relief and realized how important it was for Somalia, and you were able to stay on track. But I can tell you that in those...
The World Bank hailed Somalia's resilience and grit to fulfilling prerequisite of the debt completion process. However, she also noted political instability in the country. During the last month of former President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo almost jeopardized the debt relief process.
Transitional months, the last few months of the Farmajo regime, there were a lot of intense discussions about preserving the debt relief process.
Political and economical reforms are prerequisite to the debt relief process. She further asserted Somalia needs to harmonize health, education and tax tariffs imposed across different member states of the country. Internal political fissures between the federal government of Somalia and the federal member states has greatly bogged down the efficacy of the government.
So I don't know if you have had a chance to look at the completion point triggers, but they are about intergovernmental agreements on health. There's an intergovernmental agreement on education. There's an intergovernmental agreement on customs, right? Harmonizations of customs regimes in Somalia. So a decision has been made to move forward in any case, and that there will be a waiver granted. But in my mind, I think we need to reflect a little bit, why was this not achieved, right? And that comes down to politics and to state building and to the challenges they will continue facing.
Lastly, she announced an event will be held in Washington, D.C. next week to celebrate Somalia's debt relief process, with President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud expected to attend.
Then, okay, so what will happen now? So we will be in Washington to celebrate this major milestone for Somalia next week. And Hassan Sheikh will be in Washington as well, and the Minister of Finance and a few other people.